スと翻訳始まるよ。皆さんこんにちは、Hanaです。今日ついにメダリスト第2章を見ています。イエーイ！本当に楽しみですね。皆さんはオリンピックを楽しみにしていますか？イエーイ！見てくれてありがとうございます。イエーイ！ OK! イエーイ! The fact that I have to already go back. The fact that the very first thing she said was 3 minutes, that's how long my program is. 3 minutes. 3分. That's... Yep. I'm so happy it's back. What the heck? New character. Okay. I'm already tearing up. It's fine. I'm fine. Lots of new characters. Hikari-chan! Okay, I think the opening is starting and I want to watch it, but I warned y'all, if this is your first time, I pause it a lot, okay? I love, and they kind of did this, if I'm remembering correctly, it was more in the manga than they did in the anime, but like the first season started and now this season started, which is kind of this like monologue about skating, and they get it so right because, and this is something that I think a lot of people don't realize about skating, is how much everything rides on 3 minutes. You know how people like right now, at the time of me saying this, it is currently 7:37 a.m. A lot of people would just round up to 7:40, right? Because we're so close to it. But in my brain, in my figure skating brain, I'm like, in those 3 minutes, I do an entire program. And my world could change in those 3 minutes, depending on how I do. I spend hours upon hours of practicing and perfecting, making sure that I know what to do with my fingertips, know what to do with my spin, have a plan in case my jump goes wrong or my spin goes wrong. We don't have the opportunity to just fix the mistakes. Even though we can like change a later jump and that sort of thing, if you fall in a jump, you fall in a jump. You're gonna get lower points for doing that. In other sports, if you make a mistake, you can make up for that later in the game because it takes over the course of a few hours. But we have 3 minutes. Senior level skaters have 4. But for her to say specifically 3 minutes is like, oh, that still is relatable, because Inori is at a point where I can't really relate to anymore. She's already progressed much farther than I ever got in the sport. Her progression has been exceptionally fast, which I've accepted. It is an anime after all. But I'm already, okay. I'm already emotional. I'm already emotional. This show gets me, man. It just like, I can't help but just cry. It's a lot. Okay, here goes the opening. I'm very excited to watch this. The opening is by the artist, or the band, Hana. This is a very different feel from season 1. I like it though. God, the visuals are making me tear up. There's so many new characters, holy moly. I'm excited for that. They've been doing a really good job at developing characters, so I'm not worried. Pole harness? Yeah, she just did a triple flip. I'm not anywhere close to that, so she's already progressed so much farther than I ever did. That's okay. It still is a very relatable show. Girl has demon eyes. There's a girl that looks like she belongs in Demon Slayer. That was a fun song. I loved it. It's very different from the first season. And I think I need to grow on it a little bit. That happens to me a lot, where it's like the first season of a show just has this banger opening that it becomes viral and everyone is talking about it. And then the next season, you kind of just, there's really no way to create something that as viral or as good. It kind of happened with Demon Slayer, but over time, I've grown to love a lot of the different, like the later openings of Demon Slayer more than the first one. And I think the same could happen. That was a fun song. The visuals were amazing too. All right, here we go. When was the last time you slept? You have to be for this sport. The rules just get more and more complicated. Something I've learned since I started back up is they're even more complicated than they were before. Those are, the details in this show. That's a real protocol right there. That's what our protocols look like. I love the details. No show, even Yuri on Ice, did not get the details as correct as Medalist. Like, so far, the only real issue I've had is how quickly Inori and some of like the other characters are progressing. But even that is just like, it's an anime. Like, you can't spend too much time at the early part. People will lose interest that aren't into the skating world. But my goodness, that's exactly what it looks like. That's crazy. Yep. Is he gonna become a more relevant character in this too? That would be fun. Inori's dad is there. That doesn't happen very often. Is she competing? Are we jumping right into it? So her dad. Okay, all right. Yeah. Only 5 spots. So this kind of reminds me, so obviously, and I've established this many times and should be obvious knowledge, I did not grow up skating in Japan, so their qualifying structure and the way they do competitions and the way they lay out the levels is going to be different from the way it was here. I'm not going to go into huge depth because I've talked about it in length. Go watch my other videos if you want to know. But when I was competing 10 years ago, we had regionals, which was, I think there were like nine regions where everyone from that area competed, and top 4 went to sectionals. There were only 3 sections. And then top 4 from each section went to nationals, which in this case is all Japan. So it's very similar. They just set it up slightly different than the way it's set up here, but it means the same thing. 15 skaters, only 5 spots. Here it's almost worse. Like, there'll be 18 skaters and only 4 spots. So it's cutthroat because, again, with skating, you don't get the opportunity to just do a redo. Everything that you worked for that year rides on one competition. And if you just like are feeling off that day, then that's too bad. Like, we have practices where we feel off. Imagine a competition day is like that. It's cutthroat. It's tough. That's why I never made it past regionals. He's grown a lot. This is a lot for a coach who's in his like first couple years of coaching too. They get opening ceremonies for their big competitions. Lucky them. We don't. Yeah, sectionals is not as big of a deal. Oh my god. Why does this sound like My Hero Academia? Muki muki. She turned into Midoriya there for a moment. That was adorable. Why does this girl look like a demon? Oh my god, they have a connection. They are so funny. I love them. It's not gonna be easy. Huh? And the levels are separated by age, so it's not like she can... Oh, she's competing in junior now. Who are you? She's in Russia? This is a turn I wasn't expecting. Okay, so she's not testing and becoming... Okay. She's not testing to junior. She's in Russia training. So she's skipping this season to train? Oh, they're finally showing this scene. This was in like volume 2 of the manga. Yeah, I remember reading this in the manga, but it wasn't in season 1. There she is. That's true. So the other thing about sectionals is that usually the people competing at sectionals are the ones that aren't competing internationally. A lot of skaters have what we call buys to nationals. So all of the big names, like for example, US Nationals just a couple weeks ago, Amber Glenn won, Alyssa Liu second, Isabeau Levito third. They did not have to compete at sectionals. They're not going to make them do a competition like that. They get a bye to nationals. So Hikaru is just skipping this one so she can go straight to nationals. Okay. That does not happen here. Our high-level skaters are like, yeah, don't make me compete at sectionals. But sectionals are really, like, it's completely different here. It's at a local rink. There's no TV. Junior skaters. So like the equivalent of the people you're seeing, like Kaori Sakamoto, Mone Chiba, Ami Nakai, who's going to the Olympics. That'd be her. Yeah. Wow. That's not easy to do. Okay, why is the music turning into My Hero Academia? Is it the same composer? Because it feels very My Hero now. I guess it's because season 1 was really the developmental stage of this show. You know, we started with a skater who had not really skated before, and we moved through very quickly. So now it's like we're into the big leagues. We're talking to an Olympian. So the music has changed from, I don't even know how to describe how it was. Like it was very, not basic, but you know, just like very sweet but like hopeful and exciting. Now it just sounds like My Hero Academia. It's normal. So I feel like most Olympians and high-level skaters get asked these types of questions all the time. It's very normal, at least here. It could be different in Japan. It could be, you know, like more taboo, I guess, for young skaters to approach Olympians, especially in a situation like this where they're all there to compete in this block championships. But most of your like high-level skaters here, if a younger skater approaches them and is like, how do I get to the Olympics? They'll be happy to like talk to them and that sort of thing. Because figure skating is such a niche sport, these skaters who are Olympians, who are national champions, they're very famous within the niche, but they're not like famous outside of figure skating. So they're usually very, very kind. I've met so many Olympians. I've met quite a few Olympians. I've met so many. And they've all been exceptionally kind to me from the time I was 6 and met Sasha Cohen to the time I was in my 20s and talking to Ashley Wagner. Like all of them have been very kind. So again, anime has to make things a little bit more dramatic. And it could be a Japanese culture thing. But usually most Olympians are going to be very happy to just chat with a younger skater who's like, I want to go to the Olympics. Also, winning gold at your first, specifically in Japan, All Japan title, that is very difficult because the field in Japan is crazy. Like we have Ami Nakai, who is in her first senior season and has qualified to go to the Olympics, but she only came in 4th at nationals. It's really hard to just show up your first year and be like, hello, I've won, especially because like you have, well, currently we have Kaori Sakamoto, who's so established. Like even someone like Mao Shimada, who has a much higher like base value than Kaori, is not beating her at nationals because there is a little bit of like politics involved with scoring and that sort of thing. So if she showed up to her first senior nationals and won, she's a genius. Yeah, it starts now. It's a lot of pressure. Many times the younger levels are more competitive than when you get to the top. It's because there are no politics. It's just whoever skates the best. They have a lot more rules too. Yep. The lower levels can be more tough because they're developing you into a competitive international skater. So there's even more rules. Oh my gosh, I feel like the vibes are just completely different. But I'm excited about it. Yes, it's less relatable for me, but this is so exciting. Yes. Yeah, that's the worst. I hate skating first. It's the worst. Okay. Oh, they're here. Like grape juice on a white skirt. Ugh. Oh. Oh my gosh. Why is there so much slipping? They have no idea who each other is. They've never met. No. Well, he kind of is. Hello? Hello? Tsukasa? Oh my god. Your brain was malfunctioning. You completely went blank. Tsukasa was in the see-through world there for a second. He was watching from above. Aww. It still is fun to watch when you know little about it. Tsukasa, I love you. Yeah, you need to keep it together, Tsukasa. Next generation. He's just always giving him food. Why? Okay, the translations don't make any sense. Why did it say, I mean, yeah, when he said nande? Like, I'm beginning to think these translations are, like, computer generated. I'm getting so excited. Oh, that's the end already? All right. That was episode 1. I don't like the Disney Plus app. Okay, so for the record, I had to subscribe to Disney Plus and I'm on a VPN because it's for some reason not available here still, which is really freaking frustrating, but this is what I do. This is what I do for the grind. This is what I do to be able to watch Medalist and share it with all of you. So that was episode 1. There was one thing I wanted to mention that I didn't pause because it would kind of take a while to explain, and I honestly felt like I was already pausing so much already for this episode. And like, as I warned everyone, if it's your first time, like that is very normal for me when I'm watching the show, is to like dissect it. That's why I'm reacting to it. So when they were talking about the novice A having like more difficult rules than the seniors, I kind of touched on the fact that it's because like those levels are very high level, like they're doing triple jumps, which is what you do at the Olympics in the women's event, but they make it more complicated because they want to see how you can handle the pressure, how you can handle having to do the math while you are doing your program. So for example, in junior, so like on the junior international circuit, their short program, they have a required solo jump. So like this year, I believe it was a triple loop, and the senior circuit doesn't have that. So what that means is essentially when juniors are competing in the short program, if they mess up their combo, because the combo will have to be on something that is not a loop, since the loop is a required element as a solo jump, if they mess up their combo on the other jump, they cannot go in and add it to the loop. It'll be invalid because the loop must be a solo jump. And that's such a mean rule because what that means is there's even less room for error in the short program. They can't make up the combo that they miss. You know, in senior, let's say your first jump is a triple flip, triple toe. Let's say you step out of the flip, you don't get the triple toe done. But your second jump is a triple loop. They don't have the same rules. That can now be a combo. So you can now, okay, I missed the combo on the planned jump, so I'm going to put the combo on the loop. They can do that, and they can make up for some of the points that they lost by making the mistake on the first one. Junior, they can't do that. So with Novice A, as they were explaining the rules, is like they have to do a triple loop, a triple flip, and a triple lutz. They don't have that in senior. You can kind of do whatever you want. The only thing that I can think of that's like, okay, you have to be careful is in the short program at the senior level here, you must do a double axel or triple axel. You can't do a single axel, it's invalid. So, which if you're at the senior level, I would hope you can do a double axel. So it seems like maybe they're even more strict there, which makes sense. I talked about this a little bit when I was reading the manga, but based off of the way this is written, I have faith that the information that I'm being given is correct because they're getting the details that I do know very correct. And it seems like in Japan, they really focus on everything. Like there still are characters that are like, oh, I focus on the jumps, or oh, I focus on the skating. But it very much seems like they are highly rewarded for being well-rounded. Good skating, expressive skating, good choreography, good spins, good jumps. I feel like in the US, we have knowledge that that is the case. Like good, well-rounded skating is always going to be the best option. However, we spend so much time focusing on jumps and jumps alone that a lot of our skaters internationally are just not as good at the skating skills, at the choreography. I would say, and I say this as a US skater who is biased towards US skaters, like that's just the way my brain is wired, I can objectively say that Japanese skaters fundamentally are better. Their skating skills are better. Their choreography is better. Their speed, their ice coverage, everything about their skating. The only thing that I would say a lot of times US is better is like the performance aspect of it. But even then, there's a lot of skaters that are really good at expression, you know, and you can also argue like, is overacting really performance or is it the whole thing down to your fingertips, right? It seems as if in Japan, like they have even more rules that's really to develop. I feel like in America with our lower levels, whenever they make changes, it's just, oh, they can now do higher level jumps. Like again, when I was competing 10 years ago at the juvenile level, which I think would be the equivalent to like level 3 in Japan, probably closer to like level 2. When I was competing juvenile, the highest jump you could do was a double axel. Now they're allowed to do triples. Intermediate, the highest jump you could do was a triple toe loop. Now they're allowed to do through triple lutz, and they can do triple triples. Novice, you get a bonus if you attempt a triple triple. It's always about the jumps, and it's so that our skaters can compete internationally, but it's always like so focused on jumps, which is a strategy kind of because jumps are worth the most points. So when you have someone like Ilya Malinin winning everything simply because he can do such good jumps, there is an argument to be had that that's a good thing to focus on. However, I think Japan pushes the classic skating that a lot of people miss, and that is a well-rounded skater. So, vent, I guess. I really like that they're showing that here, but I didn't actually cry in this episode. I was very close in those first couple of minutes because even just the mention of 3 minutes and her talking about how like everything rides on those 3 minutes. Your entire life, you know, like when we think about the Olympics coming up here in a couple of weeks, these skaters' entire lives, everything they've done has been for the Olympics. Every skater, like Olympics is the goal, and they get 4 minutes. That's it. Everything that leads up to it leads to the 4 minutes of their free skate. Well, I mean, technically they get about 7 minutes because the short program's almost 3 minutes. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. This was a really good episode. I love the characters. I'm so happy it's back. It's giving My Hero vibes for sure now. Like the music and everything felt very My Hero, which I like, by the way. Overall, very good episode. I'm so happy. There's only 9 episodes this season. I'm really, really sad about that. And also the next arc, I believe, is going to be a movie. I talked about this a little in my manga recap, but I'm kind of unsure how I'm gonna do that because on one hand, I could say like I'll just wait for it to come to streaming so I can react to it for the first time. But I think because I don't react to the show just for a first-time reaction, I react to the show because I am a figure skater, I think I will go watch it. when it hits theaters. I don't think I will be able to not, and I also want to support it if they are releasing to movie theaters. And being able to watch a show about my sport in movie theaters, I've never gotten to do that. So I really want to do that. So I more than likely will go and see it, and then when it hits streaming, I'll just break it down. It just won't be my first time watching it. So that also opens the door to maybe reading ahead in the manga and talking about it. So there's a lot of options. It just means that I'm not gonna be able to watch it for the first time when I sit down to record it. And I think that's okay. I think I've set this up where you'll still get the same kind of video. It'll just not be my first time. And I'll be honest about it. I'm not gonna lie and be like, this is my first time watching it, you know? So with that, let's do a little update on my skating. So like I said, this time last year, as I started watching Medalist, I had been wanting to get back into skating for a few years, really, and kind of was thinking about it, but never really just decided to do it. And Medalist was kind of the thing that pushed me, like, do it. I didn't start back up until June, because in case you weren't following that journey, right after Medalist ended, I went to Japan for an entire month. And then like getting back, I was busy, like there was stuff going on. So I took my first lesson on June 30th. I instantly, like a week later, got sick for a month, which sucked. So I say that I really started taking it seriously again in August. And now I am competing on February 15th. It's about 3 weeks away. It's actually exactly 3 weeks away. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I'm so excited, but terrified. I'm really excited. I'm gonna just trust myself and my training and enjoy it. I am doing a slightly easier program than what I was planning because the double jumps have been a bit tough to come back. They've been giving me some issues. Axel is fine. Axel I got back very easily. It's actually easier than it was for me 10 years ago, but the double jumps have been, I think there's a bit of a mental block. I think that coming back to skating as a 29-year-old, there's this like feeling in the back of my mind constantly where I'm just like, I could fall and genuinely hurt myself on this. Not to mention, I've been dealing with a lot of just like aches and pains since I started. My hip bothers me occasionally, my knee bothers me occasionally, which is all things that I was experiencing when I stopped. It's why I switched to solo ice dance my last year. So it's definitely like re-aggravating some like overuse issues that I've had in my right leg for a long time. They just weren't aggravated for the 5 years that I wasn't skating. So I had to be very careful and train smart. And that means that a lot of times I can't train double jumps because the strain is like a little bit more painful. So I'm doing a slightly easier program. I'm only doing axles in my program. My level allows all the way through double loop. However, I'm competing adult, so I'm focusing more on the spins. At my level, the spins are worth more points than the jumps. So it's more worth it to put a lot more effort into the spins, even though I'm only planning for a level 2 combo, a level 2 layback, and a level 3 sit spin. Most of the people in my level get like level 1s and level Bs, so it could even out, we'll see. I'm really excited. I'm probably going to vlog my first competition. I don't know, it kind of depends on how I'm feeling because I don't want to force myself to do something that I don't want to when I'm like in the mindset of a competition since it's been so long since I've done it. But if I do vlog, that'll be on my figure skating channel probably. So make sure you follow my figure skating channel if you want more like specifically figure skating videos. I'll put that in the description because that's gonna have, I'm gonna talk about nationals soon. I'm gonna talk about the Olympics before and after. I'm gonna vlog competitions if it works out. Because this channel is anime, I don't want to post just figure skating. Like I can post these on this channel because it's about anime, but anyway, so follow my backup channel. It's not even backup channel, it's just my skating channel. And yeah, so I'll put some videos right here of some skating stuff that I've been doing over the past few months. I don't record myself a ton, but I'll put some here. And yeah, so that's exciting. That means like I'm competing on the 15th and then I'm competing again like the second weekend of March, and that's sectionals, so that's crazy. So I will be late recording and posting on those weekends. I'll keep you all updated when it happens, but it's kind of exciting that the reason that a lot of these might come a little late is because I'm actually competing. When the series started, I wanted to come back, but I still felt like I was done with the sport. So a lot can change in a year and it's really exciting.
このコーナーでは先週の動画で翻訳が大変なところだったりを紹介するコーナーです。 なぜ今週の動画ではなく先週の動画なのかというと、事前に仕込みができて楽だからです。どうでもいい言い訳はこれぐらいにして、早速参りましょう。はい、今回は去年の時、つまり1期の時に大変だったポイントを振り返りましょう。今もセカストはフィギュアの知識が豊富ではないですが、当時はもうほとんどゼロだったと言っていいです。なので、翻訳もマジで大変だったんです。言葉はある程度分かっても、言ってることが分からなければ、翻訳なんてできるわけがありませんからね。そういった知識面もそうですが、そもそも日本語の専門知識もありませんでした。例えばスピンとかジャンプとか、そういうのが要素と呼ばれることも知りませんでした。てっきりわざとかと思ってましたし、多分当初はそう訳していたと思います。今回も新たに学んだことがあります。私は連続ジャンプとかのことをコンビネーションとしか日本語で言わないと思い込んでいましたが、日本語でもコンボと言うらしいですね。あくまでらしいとしか言えないのですが、どうですか？有識者の方たちにぜひ意見を聞きたいところです。それと、今回の字幕表記に関してですが、要素記号で表示してみました。一応ルビは振ってありますが、例えばトリプルアクセルとか、トリプルトーループをカタカナで表記すると相当幅を取られます。なので、要素記号を使っています。一応、確認の意味も含めて要素記号をいくつか見ていきましょう。動画的に使われることが多いであろうジャンプの要素記号はこんな感じ。トーループは T、サルコーは S、ループは LO、フリップは F、ルッツは LZ、アクセルは A となります。これらの頭に数字が加わっていれば、その数字はジャンプの回転数を表します。なので例えばトリプルアクセルなら 3A となります。有識者の皆さん、合ってますか？もう、みんなで一緒に勉強しましょうっていう気持ちです。とまあこんな感じで、この要素記号はこれからも使うと思うので、覚えてくだされば幸いです。というわけで、今回はここまで。それでは、単語コーナーに移りましょう。それでは、今日使われた英単語をおさらいしていきましょう。
tear up,
この表現は、感動、悲しみ、懐かしさなどの強い感情で目に涙が浮かぶ状態を表します。号泣するほどではなく、こみ上げてくる感情を抑えきれない場面で使われます。例が、スピーチ、再会、別れなど、感情が揺さぶられる状況で品質します。こちらがその英単語を使った例文です。
she teared up during the graduation speech.
彼女は卒業式のスピーチ中に涙ぐんだ。
I always tear up when I watch that scene.
あの場面を見るといつも涙ぐんでしまう。たった3分という短い時間のために努力を注いでいく選手たちの姿には涙ぐむ人も多いでしょう。本番で滑っているところだけを見ることが多いので、そこにたどり着くまでのストーリーを知ればもっと感動的になるでしょうね。
relatable,
この単語は自分の経験や感情と重なって共感しやすいことを表す口語的な形容詞です。 SNS、レビュー、物語評価などで非常によく使われ、わかる、あるあるという感覚を英語で表す代表的な語です。こちらがその英単語を使った例文です。
her struggles are very relatable.
彼女の苦労はとても共感できる。
That character is so relatable.
あのキャラは本当に共感できる。メダリストの選手たちの思いなどには共感できる部分がありますが、祈りたちが爆速で成長していく様子にはあまり共感できないみたいな話がありましたね。キャラが非凡すぎると共感を得られないのはあるあるですね。
cutthroat,
この単語は勝つためなら手段を選ばないほど激しく厳しい状態を表します。ビジネス競争、受験、就職活動、スポーツなど生き残りをかけた熾烈な競争環境を描写する場面で使われます。こちらがその英単語を使った例文です。
the industry is extremely cutthroat.
その業界は非常に熾烈だ。
It's a cutthroat competition.
それは苛烈な競争だ。フィギュアスケートもそうですが、スポーツの世界は頑張ったから報われるわけでもない残酷な世界でもあります。だからこそ勝利や成功をつかんだ際の喜びもひとしおなわけですね。また明日も頑張りましょうね。
Equivalent.
この単語は価値、意味、機能、レベルが同じであることを表します。翻訳、換算、比較、評価など正確さが求められる文脈でよく使われるややフォーマルな語です。こちらがその英単語を使った例文です。
This certificate is equivalent to a college degree.
この資格は大学の学位と同等だ。
There is no equivalent word in Japanese.
日本語にはそれに相当する単語がない。メダリストの選手が実際の選手と比べてどれぐらいに相当するのかが動画内で説明されていましたね。祈りの成長スピードは実際の選手だとどれぐらいなのでしょうか。やっぱり非現実的なんでしょうね。
Malfunction.
この単語は機械、装置、システムが正常に動作しないことを表します。技術、IT、医療機器、兵器など正確な作動が求められる分野でよく使われる語です。こちらがその英単語を使った例文です。
The machine malfunctioned during the test.
その機械はテスト中に故障した。
The alarm system malfunctioned.
警報システムが誤作動した。司は加護親子が大会観戦に来てくれたことが嬉しくて、脳が誤作動を起こしたかのように呆然としていましたね。今回は比喩的な感じで使われていましたが、一般的にはやはり機械などにこの単語を使う方が圧倒的に多いと思います。
Big league.
この表現はトップレベルの競争環境や一流の世界を指す交互表現です。スポーツ、ビジネス、芸能、学術など本物の実力が試される厳しい舞台を表す際に使われます。こちらがその英単語を使った例文です。
He's ready for the big league now.
彼はもう一流の舞台に立つ準備ができている。
This deal puts us in the big league.
この契約で私たちは一流の世界に入る。1期は祈りや周りの子供たちの成長が描かれることが多いですが、2期ではいきなりオリンピック代表選手が出てきたりと大物選手の登場を予感させています。まさにトップレベルの戦いになりそうですね。